before. So let's talk about the night before, January 4th. At 7:30 p.m., they were pulled over in a small town of Geneva, 100 miles west of Omaha, for failing to signal, as well as a tail light that was out. Michael was the driver. They told the officer they were lost, and he told them that they were going south, but Omaha was east of their location. Michael asked the officer where Pacific Street was. The officer was confused, asking him if he meant in Geneva where they were, but Michael told them that the street was in Omaha. They were given a warning ticket with directions to the highway. At this point, they were 120 miles from their apartment in Omaha. 5 hours later, and only 23 miles from the home, their truck spun off the road in the early morning hours of January 5th at 12:30 a.m. Janelle made the first call, and the bizarre stories began. She told the dispatcher that she was at the Mandalay Apartments in Omaha, and there's a lot of Mexicans and African Americans, and they're all dressed up in like these cult outfits.
911, what's your emergency? Hi, there's a lot of Mexicans and African Americans, and they're all dressed up in like these cult outfits, and they're moving all the vehicles. So I just keep driving back and forth until I can get out, or, you know, why won't they let us out? And they're taking the cars apart and putting them in the trees. Yes, unless the owner is there moving their car for them. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna have to start running and get out of the vehicle. And I don't know where else to go. The bus on the way. Okay. Thank you.
And they're moving all the vehicles. And she said they wouldn't let them out. And they had locked us all in here. This was when she told the dispatcher that the people were taking the cars apart and putting them in the trees. To describe her location, she said the trees above the Mandalay, referencing her apartment complex. Mandalay on Pacific. Michael could be heard in the background yelling, "Get an officer here now." When asked how many people were out there, Michael told him 100 or 200. The dispatcher said that police would come out to the Mandalay Apartments, but it would take some time because of the terrible weather conditions. Janelle asked the woman if they could send a helicopter to go over the trees. The dispatcher was confused by what people they were referring to, and Janelle responded, "Well, they're hiding it in the trees and breaking them down and stuff." The dispatcher was clearly baffled when Janelle said it was cars that were being hidden in the trees. She told the dispatcher that she was going to have to start running and to get out of the vehicle, and ended the call. The fear of the people that Janelle and Michael believed were out in the snowstorm drove them out of the safety and warmth of their truck and into the frigid blizzard. It's the Mandalay Apartments here.
All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. All right, quick lunch break lesson. Before I get started, as always, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, and double honors to the head apostles / elder bishops of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well. Peace, blessings, and safety to all you sincere Akim. Keep pushing, keep believing, and keep the faith, regardless of whether people hear or forbear. All right, and this is going to be just pretty much a reaction to the clip that we just saw. All right, it looks as though the lady that called, she appeared to be an Edomite. She sounded like an Edomite, and it seems like they're beginning to have visions and dreams of future judgment. All right. She said that it looked like so-called Mexicans and so-called African-American men, a large group of them, was taking cars and breaking them in pieces and stuffing them in trees. All right. And, you know, maybe she was on drugs or something like that. But, you know, that's not too far-fetched, according to what the prophecies say about the men that you see out here on the highways and byways. All right. It says that they will receive spiritual powers. All right. And, you know, super strength, super speed, flying, all these different abilities may very well be, okay, part of those spiritual powers. All right. And then she said that they had on cult-like uniforms. All right. I'm assuming that she's speaking of what we call our ancient garments. Okay. But I'm going to go ahead and bring out some scriptures just proving, all right, that spiritual powers is in the Bible. All right. And the Lord is going to put his spirit on us to bring judgment into these Gentiles. He's going to give us that vigor, that strength. All right. So, of course, we're going to bring out some scriptures. I'm going to start with Isaiah chapter 40 and verse 31. All right. And it reads, but they that wait upon the Lord, which is us, the hopeful elect, we're waiting upon the Lord right now, shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. All right. So that, once again, man, you know, we could be out here flying. We could receive that power of flight. We don't know. It says they shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint. All right. So, you know, this is pretty much scripture on, you know, the Lord giving us that strength. But, you know, we don't know if it's for sure if it's speaking of literally flying, you know, or maybe other types of spiritual powers. But we do know that spiritual powers are going to come. Let's get another scripture. All right. Once again, just a quick lesson. Jeremiah chapter 16 and verse 16. And it reads, behold, I will send for many fishers. All right. And the fishers are the men that you see out here on the highways and byways, the prophets. All right. We're fishing with the word right about now. All right. When we're out there preaching the gospel, the good news. All right. We're fishing for the elect. Okay. They hear, they take the bait. All right. And the bait, which is the words of prophecy, the words of the Bible, it reels them in and activates the elect. So behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and they shall fish them. And after will I send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain, okay, big government, and from every hill, smaller government, and out of the holes of the rocks, okay, because you have these elites, all right, and these kings and princes of the earth, all right, they have these underground bunkers that they're preparing, all right, but they're going to be hunted out of those bunkers. We're going to receive spiritual powers, Lord's will. All right, the men you see here on the highways and byways, all right, that are fishing with the word, okay, they're going to become hunters, all right? You got a whole lot of people that's mocking and scoffing, and one of the brothers, he said maybe the Lord, you know, terrified them with that future vision of judgment as a punishment, you know, because maybe they were scoffers. Maybe they had come across a camp, you know, and you know how people do. They start talking crazy, start talking a bunch of nonsense, and the Lord, you know, maybe he sent that vision to them so they could see their future upcoming judgment. All right. But, you know, it says that those same men that are fishers right now are going to become hunters. All right. Let's prove that it's talking about us. Okay. Lord's will, we bear that number, the remnant, the elect. This is Micah chapter 5 and verse 8. All right. And it reads, and the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people, as a lion among the beasts of the forest. All right. You think of a lion is the king of the jungle, the apex predator. All right. Because we've been the prey for a long time. All right. Matter of fact, we've been a prey to all these different heathen nations. I'm gonna get that next. It says, as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who if he go through, both treadeth down and teareth in pieces, and none can deliver. All right. That's how we're gonna be. We're gonna be as a lion amongst the animals of the forest. All right. We're going to go through, we're going to tread down and tear in pieces, and none will be able to deliver from us. All right, why is that? Because we're going to receive spiritual powers. All right, the same way, okay, that we were torn down and devoured by all these different heathen nations. This is Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 7, and it reads, all that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, we offend not, because they have sinned against the Lord, the habitation of justice, even the Lord, the hope of their fathers. Okay, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, we went off. All right, and that's why we're in this lower state now. But he has been returning his spirit onto us in these latter days, and we're about to, Lord's will, inherit the kingdom. And with that comes perfect bodies. All right, returning back to our first estate, you know, in spiritual power. This is Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 1. Behold my servant. Okay, and that's the hope, that's the elect. All right. And we're the hopeful elect, those men that you see out here on the highways and byways. We're the only ones that's serving the Lord in sincerity and in truth. Behold my servant whom I uphold, mine elect, in whom my soul delighteth. I have put my spirit upon him. He shall bring forth judgment to the Gentiles. All right, so that's what the spirit of the Lord is coming upon us for. Okay, we're going to come and subdue the heathens. All right, bring judgment into these heathen nations, the Gentiles. All right. And also 2/3 as well. All right. Well, you know, we're going to be hunting down the 2/3 because a lot of our people are rising up against the prophets, the men that you see out there on the highways and byways. And, you know, of course, all the 2/3 in America are going to die, but there's a lot of Israelites scattered throughout the earth. All right. And they're going to receive that same judgment. All right. We're going to be hunting them down as well. Let's get, let's see. Let's go to Psalms 144 and 1. All right. This is all of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. It says, blessed be the Lord, my strength, which teaches my hands to war and my fingers to fight. All right, he's going to give us spiritual power. All right, and we're going to use it, man. So that the Edomite woman, okay, she had that dream, she had that vision, or I'm not going to say a dream because I'll say hallucination once again, but it's probably the Lord plaguing her mind. You know what I'm saying? You know, showing her that vision of future judgment that's coming to America. And that's exactly what it's going to be. All right, the Lord is going to make us his weapons for battle. All right. Well, I can't think of the word right now, but anyways, let's keep rolling. All right, we're going to be a terror unto these heathen nations. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 17. And the land of Judah, all right, people before it's a place, okay, so-called Negroes, but, you know, Judah is the head tribe of the Israelites, all right, and it says that, it says in the prophecies, Isaiah chapter 11, I believe, that the children of Judah and the children of Ephraim, both southern and northern kingdom, shall become one nation and shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines, and the Ammonites, the Moabites, and the Edomites shall all obey them. So pretty much we're going to be whooping them together. Isaiah 19 and 17, and the land of Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. All right, we're in spiritual Egypt right about now. This is the house of bondage. Okay, that's what Egypt is synonymous with. Everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself, because of the counsel of the Lord of hosts, which he hath determined against it. All right. You know, Salakia. I'm trying to figure out where that noise coming from. All right. Anyways, so it says that Judah, okay, the Israelites should be a terror unto Egypt. All right, we're going to be a terror to these people. So in that video, the lady had great fear. All right, at what she saw. All right, and once again, man, you know, this is all part of the prophecies. That fear is going to come true. The Lord is going to raise us up. All right. He's going to raise us up and give us spiritual power to put judgment, to execute judgment against these heathens, man. This is Zechariah chapter 9. Zechariah the 9th chapter and verse 12. Turn you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even today do I declare that I will render double unto thee. When I have bent Judah from me, filled the bow with Ephraim, and raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece. Okay, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and made thee as the sword of a mighty man. And the Lord shall be seen over them, and his arrow shall go forth as the lightning. And the Lord Yahweh shall blow the trumpet, and shall go with the whirlwinds of the south. The Lord of hosts shall defend them, and they shall devour and subdue with sling stones. And they shall drink and make a noise as through wine, and they shall be filled with bowls. It's like they should be filled like bowls, and as the corners of the altar. And the Lord their God, Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, shall save them in that day as the flock of his people. For they shall be as the stones of a crown, lifted up as an ensign upon his land. All right. So pretty much, man, that's going in. Once again, he's going to use us as his battle axe and weapons of war. That's what I meant to say earlier. All right. Says he's gonna bend Judah and fill the bow with Ephraim, all right, and raise us up against the sons of Greece and make us as a sword of a mighty man, all right. And what does a sword do? A sword slaughters, it cuts down, it tears to pieces, all right. That's what you do with a sword. Let's go to the next chapter, Zechariah chapter 10. Salaki, bear with me. Let me oh no, it's all good. All right, Zechariah chapter 10. And verse, let me see. Here it is. All right, Zechariah chapter 10 and verse 3. It says, mine anger was kindled against the shepherds, and I punished the goats. For the Lord of hosts hath visited his flock, the house of Judah, and hath made them as his goodly horse in the battle. Salakia. Out of him came forth the corner, out of him the nail, out of him the battle bow, out of him every oppressor together. And they shall be as mighty men, which tread down their enemies in the mire of the streets in the battle. All right, so we're going to tread them down. We're going to stomp them out. And they shall fight because the Lord is with them. And the riders on horses shall be confounded. All right, so, you know, they got their tanks and their military weapons and all that. None of that's going to help them in this day. This is the reason why. Verse 6, and I will strengthen the house of Judah, and I will save the house of Joseph, southern and northern kingdom. And I will bring them again to place them, for I have mercy upon them, and they shall be as though I had not cast them off. For I am the Lord, their God, their power, and will hear them. And they of Ephraim shall be like a mighty man. See, so it's both Judah and Ephraim. And their heart shall rejoice as through wine. Yea, the children shall see it and be glad, and their heart shall rejoice in the Lord. All right, so he is going to execute judgment, okay, against the heathen. All right, he's going to give spiritual powers to us to be able to do that. All right, he's going to use us to do that. Ezekiel, the 25th chapter. Oh, man, 2/3 hate this. All right. Okay, this is Ezekiel 25:14. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. All right, so we're going to actually get down on him. The Lord is going to give us the spiritual power. All right, and he's going to take us into battle against the heathens. And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury. And they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And once again, that spiritual power. Let's get another verse proving that. Going back to the book of Zechariah, chapter 12. All right. And verse 8. And it reads, in that day shall the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And he that is feeble among them at that day shall be as David. Remember David and Goliath, right? He used the sling and shot the stone at Goliath's head. It seemed like an impossible feat at the time. All right, but the Lord was with David, and the Lord, gave Goliath right into his hands. He cut the head off the beast, man, off the giant. All right, and that's exactly how it's going to be, man. We're going to cut the head off that snake, off the beast, and the Lord, all right, he's going to give us the power to do that. All right, all in due time. And the house of David shall be as God, all right, as power, as the angel of the Lord before them. So we're going to be as the angel of the Lord, okay, gods among men. All right, that's just returning back to our first estate, as it says in Psalms 82:6, for ye are gods. All right, so we're going to be returning back to that and something even greater, our spiritual powers, and the Lord is going to allow us to get at our enemies. Remember, it said that the remnant of David shall be as a lion among the beasts of the forest, that treadeth down and teareth into pieces, and none can deliver. That's how it's going to be, man. All right, I'm just going to close out with this. All right, Jeremiah, the 51st chapter. All right, Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 3. Actually, no, it's Salakia. Jeremiah 51 and verse, verse 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. Says, thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. All right. And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young. And with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. I will also break in pieces the shepherd and his flock. And with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen. And with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers. And I will render unto Babylon, all right, also known as spiritual Egypt. All right, remember, we're going to be a terror unto them. And I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, saith the Lord. All right, and had us in slavery, even how they do us to this day, man. All right, we're still in captivity. All right, but there you go, man. So that's that. This devil, like she had some kind of hallucination, some kind of vision of future judgment, man. She seen the Israelites. She said looked like so-called Mexicans and so-called African American men. All right, hundreds of them, and they had spiritual powers. They had super strength. They were breaking cars in pieces. All right, they were, and putting them into trees. So that sounds like we was flying or something too, man. And that very well could be, what the Lord has in store for us. All we know is that he's going to give us spiritual power, and that we shall be as angels, as gods before men. All right, so that's something to look forward to. But man, hey, hopefully this was a faith booster, and hopefully it was edifying, Lord's will. With that being said, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Until next time, Shalom.
Who shall rouse him up? Turn you to the stronghold, ye prisoners of hope. Even today, do I declare that I will render double unto thee. When I have bent Judah for me, filled the bow with Ephraim, and raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, and made thee as the sword of a mighty man. And the Lord shall be seen over them, and his arrow shall go forth as the lightning. And the Lord God shall blow the trumpet, and shall go with whirlwinds of the south. The Lord of hosts shall defend them, and they shall devour and subdue with slinging stones, and they shall drink and make a noise as through wine, and they shall be filled like bowls and as the corners of the altar. And the Lord their God shall save them that day, as the flock of his people, but they shall be as the stones of a crown, lifted up as an ensign upon his land. Mine anger was kindled against the shepherds, and I punished the goats. For the Lord of hosts hath visited his flock, the house of Judah, and hath made them as his goodly horse in battle. Out of him came forth the corner, out of him the nail, out of him the battle bow, out of him every oppressor together. And they shall be as mighty men which tread down their enemies in the mire of the streets in the battle. And they shall fight because the Lord is with them.
Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh